Are you in tune with the cycles? Today is the new moon, and I always love to celebrate the full moon and the new moon because it honors the cycles of our month, our year, our reality as it is. And so it may sound bizarre, but I really do try and be connected as much as possible to my own cycles, whether that is sleep cycles or menstrual cycles or seasons or the moon. I was working with a client and she is new. This is, her first year in business, and she felt like she was very stressed that some of the months started to decrease in sales. She wanted to, she had these high financial goals and she wanted to maintain that level throughout the year. But I had to remind her that business is cyclical. We have the high season and the low season. In Costa Rica where I am, there's really two seasons, the wet season and the dry season. And to honor that, to respect that, when I first started, I felt it took me almost a couple years to realize the cycle of high season and low season because I had no idea. And now I have to remind myself to honor that cycle. Last summer, I really wanted to do a big boost in my company, and I did a lot of marketing, and I spent the entire summer really in business development and marketing, and that brought zero ROI, return on investment. And it was such a nice reminder for me to think like, okay, I know the cycle of my company. I know when to do advertising and when not to. And even if I think I can go against that cycle, it still doesn't work. So over the years, I'm learning to honor my own personal cycle where I have some weeks a lot of energy and I feel like I can conquer the world and I can create anything. I feel unstoppable. And then there's other weeks I feel like I can't accomplish anything and I'm hard on myself and I'm more tired. And I used to be really hard on myself for that. And I'm now learning that's part of the monthly cycle. And I really have to honor that. Some people, may not believe this, but some people are very sensitive to the moon cycles, Some children especially have a hard time. They're unable to sleep, let's say in the full moon. For me, I see it really become activated, and I really, on the full moon, I really clarify things. I get things done. If there's outstanding invoices, I am on it. Whereas other parts of the month, it doesn't bother me as much. I let it go, or it doesn't impact me as much. So I love being really in sync because it gives me a lot of compassion, one towards myself, towards others, and it helps me to be really in the flow with either nature, the universe, how I feel. We're not these robots. I used to, when I was a lot younger and I first started my company, I really almost felt like a robot. I needed to perform. I needed to be on. I needed to do, this many hours. I need to accomplish this without ever considering all of the different outside forces that really could be affecting me. And it's not a victim role. It's not like, oh, it's that full moon again. Or, a lot of men tend to be really like, oh, women are so emotional, or they put all this blame. And so I can't overgeneralize all men, but there's these fears of like, oh, I have to be strong. I can't show emotion. In corporate world, which I understand. And I used to be like that very much so, but now I'm learning to accept myself more. Doesn't mean I need to cry in front of someone, but I can be a little bit more gentle with myself, or even take one day to myself. Or, those are the days I might do admin work instead of, that week I might do admin work and accounting or invoices or something more introverted instead of my power weeks where I can I want to be in contact with people, and I want to sell, and I want to connect, and I want to go to networking events, you know, and I just try and honor that a bit more, to be more in the flow, one with myself and also with the universe. So I'm super curious if you really respect your own cycles, and also respecting nature cycles, mother nature cycles, and see how that integrates in your work, or if you've ever actually noticed weeks where you're really productive or you're less productive, or if you're really sensitive to the new moon or the full moon. You know, they say the new moon is a really good time to write down your goals for the next month. What is it that you want to manifest? This is new energy, creating, really what you want. So whatever time of the cycle this is in the world, if you're watching this today, I want you to stop and really look at the new moon, or look if it's a full moon. There's apps on that. And to maybe mark in your calendar those days, and on the new moon to write your specific goals for the next month, and really create a ceremony around that, and see if you start to feel more connected to nature, if you feel more connected to yourself, and also just to accept yourself more, to accept where you are in the cycle of where you are in that month. So I look forward to hearing your comments. You can always reach out to me, and if you ever want to have just a discovery call with me, feel free to click on the links below.